So ADA's breached past the wave 3 target that I set out previously at 84.25 cents. And so it looks like the 5-wave structure that I've been tracking is now in play, and it's possible that we are now within this 5th wave, where this 5th wave has the potential to reach anywhere between $1 to $1.14. And I mentioned in my previous update that I was looking out for this 3rd wave to potentially go within this range here, given that I was looking out for a 5-wave structure to form. So if I go in the hourly chart and draw it out just so it's easier, what I was looking out for was for this move here to complete the wave 1, made up of a leading diagonal structure. And then I was looking out for this move to the downside to be the wave 2, and then this being a wave 3, this being a wave 4, and then we see that move to the upside where that 5th wave tapped into this range. And so that range is essentially the 1.236 to 1.618 retracement of this wave structure here. So if I bring in the fib tool and bring this over here, so I was looking out for this 5th wave to tap into this range, but instead we ended up seeing a reversal, and we ended up reaching past this level here at 78.44 cents. And as a result, that then invalidated the structure that I was initially tracking, given that the wave 4 ended up crossing the wave 1, as you can see. And so, yeah, in Elliott Wave Theory, what you can't have is the wave 4 cross the wave 1. And so instead, what ended up playing out was the wave 1 topped off over here, and then we had the wave 2 that bottomed out over here, and then we had the wave 3 that topped off over here, and then we had a double XY structure to form the wave 4 over here at 76.58 cents. And it looks like we're now within this 5th wave, where this 5th wave has the potential to go even deeper than this initial target that I set out. So if I adjust the fib tool, what you can see is this 5th wave has the potential to reach anywhere between 85.15 cents to 87.98 cents. And so if I adjust this target like so, and so it looks like there is still a little bit more room to the upside, as you can see. And so, yeah, we are looking bullish as things stand at the moment, but of course it is worth noting that we are within the overbought conditions on the stochastic RSI, at least on the hourly chart. And so, yeah, following this move to the upside to form the wave 3, I will be looking out for a wave 4 and a wave 5 to play out, where that wave 5 has the potential to tap into this range. And very quickly, what you can see is this move was also made up of a corrective move as opposed to an impulsive move, which tells me that we are not bearish and instead we are bullish. And yeah, given that we had a 5-wave structure that formed over here, again, that further confirms that we are on a bullish trend. And of course, you can see that we ended up breaching past the swing high at the time, and that then triggered a breaker structure, which again further confirmed that we are bullish. And so if I bring in the fib tool and bring this to over here at 83.38 cents, so here you can see that this level never reached the wave 3 top at 83.44 cents. And so instead we ended up having a corrective move to the downside as opposed to that impulsive move where I was looking at for this move here to be the 5th wave. And so if I drop this down to the right level, and so the Y wave, which is this wave here, typically retraces anywhere between 1 to 1.226, and we just about exceeded the 1.226 level, as you can see, but we failed to retrace towards the 1.6 level, which tells me that this move to the downside was not an impulsive move, but instead it was a corrective move. And so, yeah, it looks like we are now on an uptrend, and I will be looking out for, in fact, during the time of recording, we've now tapped into this range. And so at some point, I will be looking out for a retracement to the downside to complete the wave 4, and then we'll see the wave 5 play out, where that wave 5 then taps into this range. But for that structure to play out, what we need is for ADA to not breach past this key level. And this key level sits over here at 76.01 cents. And so if the wave 4 ends up breaching past this level, then that would then invalidate this 5-wave structure that I'm currently tracking at the moment. And so if I draw this out just so it's more clearer. So what I'm looking at for is for this move here to be the wave 1, this move to be the wave 2, and then we see the wave 3 tap into this range, which we have done already, and then we see the wave 4 and the wave 5. And so what we can't have is this wave 4 cross this wave 1 or the wave 2 origin, otherwise this structure will then become invalidated. And so if I go in the 4-hour chart, you can see that we are now within the overbought conditions, and so at some point I will be looking at for this retracement to the downside. And as far as this wave 4 target goes, assuming that we ended up completing this wave 3, the wave 4 typically retraces anywhere between 23.6% to 50% of the wave 3. And so if I bring in the fib tool and bring this over here, So here you can see that ADA has the potential to go as far deep as 77.92 cents to 81.79 cents. And so if I just use this target here and adjust it, so this is going to be the next key region for ADA. And then shortly after, we'll be looking out for that bigger push to the upside, where it's possible that we then breach past this level here, which is a swing high, and that would then trigger a break of structure and a change of character, which will then further confirm that we are on a bullish trend. And from then on, it will be highly likely that we'll then tap into this range here. And on the 8-hour chart, what you can see is the bulls still have the momentum, and so we could still see that continuation to the upside. And it's possible too that we even extend beyond this region, depending on how bullish we are. And so, yeah, things are playing out nicely as things are at the moment. And for this 5-way structure to form, what we need is for ADA to not breach past this level here. And if that structure still remains intact, then it's highly likely that we then tap into this range at some point. But of course, that's something I'm going to be tracking in the days to come, and I'll keep you guys updated. And so, yeah, that's just my update on Cardano ADA. Hopefully you found this useful, and if you did, then feel free to hit that like button, and if you're new, feel free to subscribe. Take it easy, people. Peace.